Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're diving headfirst into the AI Daily News Digest from January 29th, 2025. You guys have sent us a wild mix of articles, tweets, even some heated Discord arguments. It's like we're plugged right into the AI world's brain.
It is a fascinating snapshot of what's got everyone talking.
Okay, get this. DeepSeek R1 is causing a market panic. OpenAI is building a custom ChatGPT for the government, and some cyberpunk raccoon is spilling AI secrets on Times Square billboards.
It does seem like we have a pretty colorful mix this time around.
Buckle up, folks. This is going to be a wild ride.
Ah.
All right, first up, let's talk DeepSeek R1. This thing isn't just competing with the big names like OpenAI's O1, it's crushing them on some benchmarks. And the kicker, it's dirt cheap.
It's certainly making waves. Reports suggest it's 20 to 30 times cheaper to run than comparable models. It's like they've found a way to make AI horsepower available at the cost of a bicycle.
Exactly. And get this, they've figured out how to make it run on regular computers. No need for those crazy expensive server farms. Researchers, startups, even students could actually have access to this level of AI power. This accessibility seems to be a key part of DeepSeek's plan.
You're absolutely right. They're using this clever technique called dynamic quantization. It basically streamlines the model so it can run on less powerful hardware. Imagine compressing a huge file without losing any of the critical information.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But if it's that much cheaper and easier to run, are there compromises? Does the performance take a hit?
That's the million-dollar question everyone's asking. There's some skepticism around DeepSeek's claim that they trained this model for a mere $6 million. Some experts are thinking they must be leveraging existing infrastructure or, cutting corners somewhere.
Interesting. So it might not be as revolutionary as they're claiming?
Possibly. But even if the cost is a bit higher than they say, it's still a major leap forward. And we can't overlook the impact of DeepSeek making R1 open source.
Oh, right. Meaning anyone can tinker with it, modify it, even build their own apps on top of it. That could unleash a wave of innovation, right?
Absolutely. Imagine a world where cutting-edge AI isn't restricted to a few tech giants. That's the potential we're talking about.
Wow, okay, this DeepSeek rabbit hole is getting deep.
Yeah.
But hold on, before we go any further, we have to talk about another big player in the AI arena, Qwen 2.5 Max. This one's coming in hot with a massive MoE architecture and some serious reasoning capabilities. What's the deal with this MoE thing?
MoE stands for Mixture of Experts. It's a way of building AI models with specialized components. It's kind of like having different teams of experts working on different parts of a problem.
So instead of one giant AI brain, you have a bunch of smaller, more focused ones working together.
Precisely. And in Qwen 2.5 Max's case, this seems to be working really well. It's showing really impressive performance on benchmarks. It's even going head-to-head with DeepSeek's V3 model in some areas.
Wait, V3? They're already on V3? Are we even sure we're talking about the same DeepSeek anymore?
They are iterating incredibly fast. But in fairness, Qwen 2.5 Max is no slouch either. It's trained on a massive data set and uses something called structured reasoning tokens. Essentially, it's designed to understand and reason about information in a much more sophisticated way.
Okay, so both of these models are pushing the limits of AI. It's like an AI arms race in real time. But let's get back to Qwen 2.5 Max for a second. Who's behind it? And how accessible is it compared to DeepSeek?
Qwen 2.5 Max is developed by a team at Alibaba. They're making it available through their cloud platform and also through a dedicated chat interface called Qwen Chat.
So it's not open source like DeepSeek, but it's still fairly accessible to developers and researchers who want to play around with it.
Yes, absolutely. They're taking a slightly different approach, but the goal appears to be the same: to make powerful AI tools available to a wider audience. It's really interesting to see these different companies tackling AI development in their own ways. On one side, you've got DeepSeek with their radical transparency and their open source model, and then you have Alibaba focusing on providing access through their well-established cloud system.
Yeah, it's like two different philosophies of AI development are emerging. But you know what they say? Behind every great AI, there's a mountain of processing power. So let's talk about those GPUs. We're seeing a lot of chatter about NVIDIA's H800 chips. But DeepSeek's crazy low training cost has people wondering if raw power is still king.
You're right. DeepSeek claims they've achieved these amazing results using an efficient 8-bit training setup, which is way less resource-intensive than the traditional methods. And this has sparked a debate about whether companies like NVIDIA, who've built their empires on high-end GPUs, will need to adapt.
So is DeepSeek saying you don't need a supercomputer to train cutting-edge AI anymore?
Well, in a sense, yes. They're showing that with smart engineering and efficient algorithms, you can get impressive results with more modest hardware. This could be a game changer for smaller companies and research institutions who don't have the same resources as the big tech companies.
So this could actually level the playing field in the AI world.
Exactly. It's becoming less about who has the deepest pockets and more about who has the smartest approach. And speaking of smart approaches, we can't forget about the impact of open source projects like the OpenThoughts initiative.
Right, Open Thoughts. Tell me more about that. What makes it so special?
OpenThoughts is all about creating an open source dataset that's specifically designed to train AI models for reasoning tasks. They're basically building a giant playground for AI to learn how to think more like humans.
So instead of just feeding AI raw data, they're giving it structured information designed to improve its reasoning skills.
Exactly. And because it's open source, anyone can contribute to this dataset, which means it can grow and evolve much faster than a closed proprietary system.
That's amazing. It's like crowdsourcing the development of a super intelligent AI brain.
It really is. And the potential applications are incredible. Imagine AI systems that can not only understand complex concepts, but also reason logically, solve problems, even come up with new ideas.
Wow, we're talking about AI that can actually think for itself.
In a way, yes. We're still a ways off from true artificial general intelligence, but projects like OpenThoughts are definitely getting us closer.
Okay, so we've got DeepSeek shaking up the market with its low-cost model. Qwen 2.5 Max is showing off the power of specialized AI architectures. And OpenThoughts is pushing the limits of AI reasoning. Feels like the AI world is on fire right now.
It definitely is. And it's not just the big companies and research labs. We're seeing a surge of creativity from the open source community. Projects like UE, the full song music generator, are really capturing everyone's imagination.
UE, that's the one that can compose entire songs in different genres, right?
Yeah.
I've heard some of its stuff, and it's actually pretty impressive. It's like having a virtual band at your fingertips.
It really is. And it's just one example of how AI is being used to push the boundaries of creativity. We're seeing AI-generated art, poetry, even entire novels popping up everywhere.
It's mind-blowing. But it also makes you wonder, what does it even mean to be creative when AI can create art that's just as good, if not better, than what humans can do?
That's a profound question, and it's one that artists, musicians, and writers are grappling with right now. But I think it's important to remember that AI is a tool. It's an extension of human creativity, not a replacement for it.
I like that perspective. It's not about man versus machine. It's about how we can use these incredible tools to enhance and expand our own creative potential. But let's be real, not everything in the AI world is sunshine and rainbows. Remember that cyberpunk raccoon we talked about?
Yeah, yes, the one hijacking Times Square billboards to expose AI secrets. Even the most advanced AI systems aren't immune to a bit of mischief, it seems.
Okay, so maybe it wasn't a real raccoon. But the story does highlight how important cybersecurity is in the age of AI. If a prank can disrupt Times Square, imagine what a determined hacker could do with a powerful AI system.
Absolutely. As AI becomes more powerful and more widespread, we need to be incredibly careful about security. These systems can be used for so much good, but they can also be exploited for bad things.
So it's a double-edged sword. We have this incredible potential to solve some of humanity's biggest challenges, but we also have to be aware of the risks.
Exactly. And that's why these conversations are so important. We need to explore both the possibilities and the potential dangers of AI.
Well said. Speaking of potential dangers, remember the talk about President Trump possibly bringing back chip tariffs?
Yeah.
Could that throw a wrench in all this AI progress we've been discussing?
It's definitely something to consider. A lot of the leading AI companies rely on chips manufactured overseas, so tariffs could significantly increase the cost of AI development in the U.S.
So this could potentially slow down innovation, give an advantage to companies in other countries.
It's possible, yes. It's a complex issue with a lot of different implications. Some people argue that tariffs could protect American jobs and boost domestic chip production, but others worry that they could stifle innovation and make it harder for U.S. companies to compete globally.
Yeah, it's a tough call. But it does highlight that the AI world isn't just about algorithms and data sets. It's also about economics, politics, global supply chains.
It's a good reminder that AI isn't just some abstract concept. It's deeply connected to the real world with all its complexities and challenges.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Groundbreaking new AI models, the changing landscape of AI hardware, the rise of open source projects, the potential impact of chip tariffs, even a cyberpunk raccoon. What a wild ride. But before we wrap up, I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier, this idea of AI as a tool for human creativity. It's a fascinating idea, and I think it deserves a deeper look.
I agree. And there's no better place to start than with you, the AI music composer. Let's take a closer look at what it can do and what it tells us about the future of creativity in the age of AI.
Yeah, let's do that. We've talked a lot about the tech side of things, but I'm really curious to hear what UE's music actually sounds like and what it means for musicians, composers, and music lovers everywhere. So UE, this AI music composer, it can whip up entire songs, melodies, harmonies, even lyrics. Is it more like a songwriting partner, or is it just spitting out generic tunes?
It's capable of some pretty amazing things. We're not just talking simple loops or basic chords. You can create complex structures, experiment with different genres, even adapt its style based on what you tell it.
Wait, so I could say, hey, you, write me a cyberpunk tango, and it'll actually do it.
Pretty much, yeah. It's designed to be intuitive and responsive. You can give it prompts, stylistic guidelines, even hum a melody, and it'll work it all into its compositions.
That's wild, like having an AI bandmate that's always down to jam and never gets tired of trying new things. But does it actually sound good? Is it making music people actually enjoy?
That's the ultimate test, right? And from what I've heard, the answer is a resounding yes. There are already UE-generated songs with millions of listens online, and some musicians are even using its output in their own work.
So it's not just a gimmick. It's actually making music that connects with people.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible. But it also makes you think about what creativity even means.
It does. If AI can create music that's emotionally powerful and beautiful, what does that mean for human musicians and composers? Are we all going to be replaced by robots?
Okay, hold on. No need to panic just yet. I think it's more complicated than that. Just like we talked about with DeepSeek and Alibaba's models, it's about how we choose to use these tools. AI can be a collaborator, a source of inspiration, a way to break down those creative barriers.
I think you're right. It's about seeing AI as a partner in creation, not as competition. Imagine a songwriter who's hit a wall. They could use UE to get some initial ideas, explore different melodies, or even to spark their creativity again.
Like having an AI brainstorming buddy. And who knows, maybe that collaboration could lead to something totally unique and groundbreaking, something neither the human nor the AI could have done alone.
Exactly. It's about pushing the boundaries of what's possible for humans and for AI. And this spirit of collaboration, this exploration, that's what makes the AI world so exciting right now.
We've got these powerful AI models becoming more accessible, more affordable. We've got open source projects like OpenThoughts pushing the limits of AI reasoning. And we've got creative tools like UE showing us AI's potential as a partner in art. It's a lot to process. But it all points towards a future where AI is more woven into our lives, not just as technology, but as a force for innovation and creativity.
A future full of potential, but also one that requires careful thought. We need to be aware of the ethical questions, potential biases, the need for responsible development as we explore this new territory. But if we approach AI with curiosity, collaboration, and a focus on using it for good, the possibilities really are endless.
Well said. We've covered a lot in this deep dive. The latest in AI, from groundbreaking models to the impact on creativity and the importance of responsible development. It's been an incredible journey through the world of AI, and we hope you found it as fascinating and thought-provoking as we have.
We'd love to hear what you think about all of this. What are your hopes and concerns for the future of AI? How do you see it fitting into your life? These are questions worth considering as we continue to explore this rapidly evolving field.
Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and remember, the future of AI is what we make it. Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.